Red, who says, given the nature of the persistent universe, with fringe systems also being the most lawless, are PvP and exploration intrinsically linked? Will I need to always be ready to fight for my life while exploring and bring an Idris full of battle-hardened friends wherever I go? I don't necessarily think so, because that's sort of making the assumption that if you're exploring and finding new systems, that system's teeming with pirates or PvP, which won't necessarily be the case. So some of the exploring stuff is going to be off the beaten track, and therefore won't be somewhere that everyone will naturally go to. And so in certain cases in the exploration mode, we're probably going to have it tuned in such a way that the ability for sort of a PvP encounter in that sort of off the exploration mode wouldn't necessarily be as high as being in a notorious sort of a lawless pirate system. Now, that's not to say there won't be any chance of it at all, because there definitely will be, because there has to be some risk and there has to be some tension when you're in the unknown. You don't know who you're going to come across. I think that's definitely going to add to the game experience. But the goal would be to sort of balance that. So there's a whole bunch of things that we're going to try and do. I mean, I know we always have raging debates between PvP and PvE on the forums, and everyone's pretty much dug in. It's intractable. It's like an argument on religion or politics. But my naive hope is I think I have a pretty good take and a system that will hopefully make both sides be pleasantly surprised and kind of deal with most of the issues that everyone's worried about. But we'll see, right? So I have to wait till we get there. So I would ask everyone that you sort of wait till it happens, and we're also going to be key balancing. But we've got some sort of tricks up our sleeves I think will make it work well. And everyone's got to remember that there's going to be a huge amount of people from both sides, PvP and PvE, playing this game. So I know that everyone on the PvP side feels like, well, if there aren't PvE people there that I can fight, then who am I going to be able to take out easily? Which doesn't make much sense, because there's no reason why NPCs aren't going to be that hard, aren't going to be as tough as a normal player, and vice versa on the PvE. They said, oh, well, if everyone's PvP, they're just out to gank me, which also I don't think is necessarily true. But we certainly can make sure that people that have a preference one way or another tend to be grouped together when they play, and that affects kind of what we're doing in the game. But it's sort of a delicate balancing system. There's a lot of metrics that will go into it. I have some pretty good, strong ideas. I mean, all I can say is that people should take faith in the fact that the game will be balanced in the way that I kind of like it to be played, and for the way I like it to be played is I'm not extreme on either side. So some days I like to be competing, doing PvP, and some days I like to be doing PvE, and I don't want to be dealing with other people. So the game is going to allow you to be able to sort of have those experiences, and in such a way that it won't be detrimental to the other experience. So there you go. I'm sure there'll be a massive forum war waged on this right after this episode. Okay, last question.